Have you ever noticed how tired you are? Tired of trying, of insisting, of fighting against everything, against time, against expectations, against others, against yourself. Maybe you don't consciously realize it, but there is a kind of silent weariness that comes precisely from the constant attempt to control life. You pressure yourself all the time to be more productive, stronger, more positive, more stable. You force yourself to make decisions, to maintain relationships, to follow routines that no longer make sense. And the more you try, the more it seems that everything slips through your fingers, like water, like sand, like life itself. This is where a principle comes in that can truly transform the way you live, Wu Wei. An ancient concept from Taoism that Alan Watts translated as acting without forcing. But don't be mistaken. This has nothing to do with passivity or weakness. Wu Wei is, in fact, one of the deepest expressions of wisdom and courage. It is the ability to act in harmony with the natural flow of things, to move with life, not against it. Think of it as a dancer who doesn't struggle with the music, but feels the rhythm and lets themselves be guided, like the surfer who doesn't try to dominate the sea, but learns to flow with the wave. Now stop and ask yourself, how many times a day do you try to force what isn't ready? How many times do you blame yourself for not being able to control what is, by nature, out of your control? How many decisions have you made out of fear of losing something, out of fear of appearing weak, out of fear of not doing enough? The truth is that we have been trained to live against the current of life. Since we were little, we were taught that success comes from effort, insistence, persistence, even when everything in us screams to stop. And so we become anxious, insecure adults, disconnected from our own existence, because we were never taught the art of letting go, of observing, of trusting. Wu Wei is not doing nothing. It is doing with awareness, with lightness, with respect for the timing of things. It is to stop being the exhausted rower fighting against the current, to become the wise sailor who adjusts the sails and navigates with the wind. Alan Watts said that when you stop forcing life, something magical happens. The right doors open, the right paths appear, the right answers emerge. Not because you found them through effort, but because you finally created the necessary space for them to surface. And perhaps, if you are here, listening to this now, it's because you are already tired, because you have realized that forcing doesn't work, and because deep down you already feel that you need another way of living, a way that is quieter, truer, more your own. In the next few minutes, you will understand why Wu Wei is not just a beautiful philosophy. It is a key, a practice, a shift in perspective that can return to your life what you have always sought by trying to control everything. Peace. Not that superficial peace of self-help phrases, but a real peace that arises from alignment with what is, with who you are, with what life has been trying to show you for a long time. So breathe, let your shoulders drop, and be present, because now the journey begins. To understand the true essence of Wu Wei, we need to go beyond beautiful words. We must dive into the roots from which this principle was born, Taoism and Zen. And here, I extend an invitation to you. Forget, for a moment, the way you have been conditioned to understand philosophy, as if it were just a set of ideas to memorize. Tao and Zen are not concepts you understand with your mind. They are realities you feel with your body, with your spirit, with life itself pulsating through you. The Tao, a word that literally means way or path, is not a theory. It is not a manual of rules. The Tao is the description of the invisible flow that moves all things, the growth of trees,